Good evening and welcome in all. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. We're going to be mixing things up a little bit by revisiting a fairly contemporary but also classic horror game that's a favorite of mine. It has been quite some time since I've played it though, so hopefully all of the scares will be new and we'll get to have a kind of casual but lovely hauntingly chill tale today. This is the 2016 version of Layers of Fear. I do know that there have been later additions to the title, as well as modifications, but admittedly the 2016 version will always be near and dear to me, rather than the later edited versions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. Hopeless. You probably deserve it. But even for you, there is still a way. A way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. Regarding the portrait of Dorian Gray from Oscar Wilde. And I will apologize in advance, but I absolutely adore this house. From the wainscot to the wallpaper, everything is delightful. Ah, yes, Layers of Fear. Welcome in, Resrick. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. How are you doing today? Acclimated with the controls. Let's see. Oh, the tiny shoes. That's a nice touch. You slept the whole day? You probably needed it, given your schedule recently. Hopefully it has been restful sleep. Excuse me. Again, lovely entryway. Oops. This way, please. Thank you. I'm trying not to gush too much, but again, just this little corridor and not quite a dinette, but from the lounge to the bay window, and through there's the kitchen. Lovely fireplace. I don't know if you will tonight. You might. I make no promises. Ah, we need none of that. Let's see. The artist. More china. I do love how you can interact with things. Let's see. Sir, I didn't touch the workshop, just as you had asked, although I can't imagine that mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much about that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office. Have a nice day. My poor maid. I think she's fit to be tied with me. Just like this, I believe, is a not nice letter either. Sir, we'd like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialist, as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. I'll have you know that my mother is a respectable woman and does not take kindly to such accusations. All our employees that visited your house reported absolutely no signs of rodent infestations of any kind, and as such have decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you will receive will be from our lawyers. With best regards, Charles Denton, Pesky Pest Pacification Co. Ah, welcome in, Bobby. Or Blobby. How are you doing today? Delighted to see you. We're just getting started with Layers of Fear. I admit I'm kind of prolonging things longer than I likely should, just because I'm gushing about the scenery, as we're setting up the ambiance. I love how it gives you a chance to explore the before the horrors unwind. Just vibing, that's the perfect place to be on a Saturday. And yes, the grapes are, well, they're not awful. But again, the ambiance of everything else makes up for it. You can even go in the pantry. Right? Because this is the unupdated version of it too. I bought this years ago and didn't play it for a long time. So they have a remastered version that includes some of the new cutscenes and things. But this is as it was in 2016. And I love this little detail of where he's actually using the oven as storage. Because the way this oven works is twofold. This is more of the prep counter side of it. And you can use this for chilling, where you can put ice here, and it'll keep that surface cold. But then here, he's also using it for storage, and what you would do is put hot coals or wood here to heat this surface. Likewise with this one. But I don't think we can engage with that. Again, just all the little things. Oh, another note. Let's see what we have here. Paint Rose Dior, Burnt Umber Sienna, brushes times 25, air fresheners 55 pox, apples 10 kilograms, booze 10, 50, 10, 5, 30. I know we have a slight problem. You also like nostalgia games, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it used to. That is always the risk. Sometimes our memories best serve for things, but I have a feeling that this one will do fairly well. Because again, this one is more narrative driven. Those that rely on mechanics or cheap jump scares tend not to age very well. But this one, if memory serves, is not awful. I love the narrative, admittedly, so I'm biased. Just a simple little bathroom. But we even have a reflection. This is a rarity in some games nowadays. You can interact with the sink. Does it turn on? I believe it does. Turn that off because I don't want the water bill to go up. There. Turn that one too. And there it goes. And you notice our character does have a slight bob to his walk, and this would be why. Achilles Prosthesis Co. we have a below-the-knee prosthesis, and some commentary that says, how the hell did they... Apparently he's not pleased with his prosthesis. Some emergency candles on the radiator. So if you see him sway, that would be why. Especially the faster he walks. Ah, the dog's collar. Let's see where else we can venture. There, you can see the limp on the stairs. Which, again, I sympathize. Stairs can be troublesome. Oh, that looks lovely. I can't remember if that's the bedroom. Hello? We may not be alone already. Again, this is a marvelous house. I suppose it was the ladder that fell. The wainscoting on the walls, the deep rich woods. I would be happy to haunt a place such as this. Rats and all. Oh dear, what happened to one of my drawers? My spectacles and matches. And let's see, it looks like we've left ourselves a note. Or maybe a note was left for us. I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you. Tonight's all about you and me. Let's make it special. And apparently I broke my promise. And I think the culprit for breaking said promise is right there. Oh, this is delightful. I love this rendition. So here we have the tale of Little Red Riding Hood, illustrated by the painter himself. It starts off fairly normal and, albeit terrifying for a children's story, but it has a very gruesome end. For rather than swallowing Little Red whole, it looks like she's been bisected. And taking, or I suppose that was Granny first. And then taking Granny's place as Little Red arrives, she's rather drained dry as well. In this version, the wolf wins. That gives you a little bit of a clue into the headspace of our main character here. Things are not well for him. Again, just, the atmosphere is, everything's gorgeous. It's all so calm for now. Apparently not a music lover. We have some notes. But let's see, before we get to that monstrosity. Been working all night, don't wake me up. Oops, I need to move out of the door. Ah yes, the bedroom.
Stumbling all around, stumbling all around, stumbling all around, so funny. Stumbling here and there, stumbling everywhere, and I must declare,
Jumping all around, jumping all around.
And when she...
So we've shattered this mirror, where it bears no reflection of us. I do have a maid, but unfortunately the bed was not made. Although, given that note, she may not have been allowed to clean this room. As suspected, we do have quite the problem. So let's just close that and pretend we didn't see it, shall we? If we can. The bottles may be obstructing it. I believe it is. And we'll notice a very spare closet with no ladies' garments. I believe we're looking at the house of now a newly made bachelor. Let's just go ahead and close that. And let's see if we can even venture into here. Tiny tea candle, but I see it is locked. So let's press on. So that was my office, the bedroom to the rear. I know I left the key there, but I think picking that up advances things, and I'm having too much fun just exploring. Likewise locked. And the one white door. Oh, the foreshadowing this room has. Is likewise, though there are toys, there are no clothes. And the little soldier left on his own. Alright. I don't think that room has very many happy memories. Let's go fetch the key. Given that his studio is on the first floor, I doubt he uses this office often. So we explored the kitchen, explored the bathroom. Don't believe we've gone to the basement. This is just extra storage. But as you can see, someone has a fair bit of paranoia, but given the classic mouse-shaped hole there, I don't think it's unwarranted. So let's go ahead and doff that light and shut the door behind us. And let's enter the room of madness. So I think this is the basement. Yes. Delaying the madness ever so slightly. Let's go down here and see. I think I missed the light switch, but it's even better in the dark. There's one of our villains. Vile little vermin. Apparently he's using the basement kind of as a dining room. Or perhaps a meeting room. Cheery place to meet. But again, I would happily haunt here, so I can't say anything. Ah, likewise locked. Let's venture on upwards. Again, poor fellow with the stairs. And now this door. We've already read that note. That's how he knew it was locked. But here is the beginning of our purgatory. Although I have no idea how I managed to get paint all the way up there. I must have been slinging it. Because I understand on the floor, but... Ah, likewise, we have a reflection here. Some still lifes, some other inspiration. But then the canvas calls. I think I need a few more brushes. Not well kept either. And this is the sad part. One would expect to see art supplies here, but alas, a very different kind of supply. So let's just put those under lock and key, shall we? And begin the cycle. Trying to remember. Ah, get it right this time. Lost it, you deserve, finish it. So I think we can just venture forth and the haunting will begin. Because as you can see, our layout has now changed. As this is not the hallway that we originally entered from. And the door shut itself this time. As I find myself in a solitary little chamber. And it said just out of reach. So we briefly got to see the rain and smell the fresh air. But it wasn't meant to last. And I believe if we try the door again, we'll find that it's different. The light still works, so that's a good sign. But again, I pay the electric bill, so I don't want to leave that on. Going in circles. And what I thought was blood at first may actually be wine. It's too red in color to be bourbon. And again, the door shuts itself. Saves me the trouble. Anything worth reading? Ah, I can't interact with the drawers. More paints. Ah, so let's see what we have here. Save the date. Our names are scratched out. Request the pleasure of your company celebrating their wedding on Saturday, the 9th of June at St. Luke's Chapel at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm a few days late. Although, given this character's unfortunate circumstance, I imagine he missed the anniversary many a time. And it was the 9th of June, so I imagine that has something to do with that. Oh, this looks actually has glass covering these paintings. Oh yes, they did a fantastic job with the visual storytelling. Especially for like here, where it looks like the portrait is missing. This one is just such a visual treat. I know it's not too interesting of a game to play, but I like the story as it unfolds. Because it's definitely different than the high action that I've used to playing, or that I've featured on this channel thus far. The 9th of June. So let's see if they do it this way. Not quite. It's always a question of whether the studio is international or not. I remember there was some clue there, but I don't remember quite what it was. My door is locked. I thought there was supposed to be like a bolt of lightning or something to help reveal that. That's a lovely painting. Can I interact with that at all? There's no light switch that I can see. Can't interact with the bust. There we go. Ah, never mind, it wasn't related to that at all. That's a shame. 548. There we are. Let's see. The past holds back. Look closer.
The thought alone that the most beautiful piece of art doesn't have my name on it is killing me. So, will you marry me?
Sadly, he was possessive from the start. Beautiful sapphire ring, though. And depending on the cut, that might be painful to wear, given how that protrudes downward. So making her suffer even more. Never forget. No, I don't think you'll let me. And the rocking chair falls on its own. I think the room spoiled me with that, of where anytime you can expect and rotate something, I immediately think puzzle as well. And how did you get paint on that? Such a lonely little corridor to rest in. Ah, the den. We didn't find this one just roaming around earlier. But a beautiful stag on the wall. Several points. Got some dominoes, some books. And a piece of abstract art. I don't think you belong there. And I have just fallen through all the way to the basement. Ouch. Seemingly through a design trapdoor. We have a note. I wonder if I can read it from here. My love, even though you have not been born yet, I can already feel your presence. It's simply amazing. I just can't believe how lucky I am. Years ago, I had a talent and ambition. Now, against all odds, I have a career, a loving husband, and you. I have never been a deeply religious person, I guess. With other people look for a sermon, I found perfection in art. But now I can't help but feel like there's a higher power watching over me. They once told me that I would never succeed as a musician. Now I'm playing sold-out concerts at some of the most prestigious venues in the country. They also said I had a difficult character and that I could never find a soulmate. Guess again. Finally, a doctor once told me that I would never be able to have children of my own, and yet here you are, within me. I'm quite possibly the happiest woman in the world. I love you so much. Well, that joy was to be short-lived for sure. As in horror games such as this, happiness is rare to find. And my painting moved. I think we better lay off the bottle if we're seeing stuff like that. So how about we just... Oh, can't interact with it. Very well, we'll press on. And there's some dead rats. It looks like they've been eating through the drywall. I would love a lever like this. Just arbitrarily anywhere. And now we see the babe has been impaled on the stag's horns. Lovely. And the painting has taken its place. Although the floor looks much more sturdy than before. Will I fall through again? I fit so well in this atmosphere. Oh, good. From one haunting to another. Let's see. I don't believe there's anything further in this room. We'll just go down a long hallway. Leave the den behind. And I do love these, of where there's 2 images overlaid, possibly even 3. Because it definitely gives an aura of foreboding. I was debating whether these are gaslights or just standard sconces, but I think they're standard. Ouch. Paint deep lies. You volunteered to be the carpet for this hallway? I'd settle to be a book on the shelf, because again, this is such a lovely home. It's a shame what he's done to it. I could do with some curtains, though. I hear you. Where are you? Did you already immolate yourself? There you go. Lovely. Well, that looks like it's coming out of the ring. Oh! That's a lovely little scare. The books were actually forming a person. Well, it's starting to pick up now. Because this is not your average haunting. Furniture strewn about, books thrown everywhere. I think we have quite the poltergeist. And the poor bust. And that's a shame. That was fine woodwork. Oh, it's the plant. I thought it was more paint. And I think he's making the apt choice to actually leave. Although, not the way we were. Close out of that again. More books. I'm surprised it's not bottles. There's our lovely curtains. Let's see. Ah, we have something to read. Hey, in regards to your previous letter, I'm sure it's nothing to be concerned about. Women tend to be weird after having a baby. Hormone imbalance and the like. When we had our first, I remember Valerie got the blues real bad. I would ask her what she wanted for lunch and she'd burst into tears. Just be there for her and I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, I know I promised not to rush you by all means. Enjoy your well-deserved time off. But just to let you know, I'm getting phone calls up the yin-yang, commissions left and right. You're a hot ticket, my friend. Maybe we should strike while the iron is still hot. But, of course, family comes first. Your friend and agent, Thomas Caldwell. No such thing as paternity leave at that time. Again, curious little spot. I think that light just went out. Ah, it's a push. Again, beautiful hallways. It's even got a soft closed door. I believe this is the sad room. See if we can take a listen. Ah, flickering lights. My nemesis.
Hello. It's about time for us to talk, don't you think? I mean, I've seen you in my house so many times, and yet I could never find the courage to face you directly. Not until now.
I would unscrew that bulb. So the option, left or right? Let's go left. To more storage. Paprika. You would say the center and jump out the window? With this house, I wouldn't doubt it. As charming as it is, I don't think it'll allow that kind of exit. It's far too easy. Mind the broken glass. Again, I'm just impressed with all the little nuances they have to it. So let's go. Oh, the choice was made. Forward is the only way. So let's press on then. I wonder if the trigger was opening that door. And if you were wise, sir, you'd smash all of those. Beautiful candlesticks. The first step is the hardest, as it truly is, especially when first getting up in the morning. Oh, what a warm and inviting kitchen. Not too dissimilar to the one we left. Although that can be just chucked in the trash. No garlic, thank you. I'd rather hang pans from that, but they do have them atop, so that makes sense. And a beautiful reflection. That probably would have been better served with headphones, but I think I heard a racket behind me. Nope. Ah, there it goes. Where did you come from? And you immediately rot. turn my back again, knowing that more is likely to follow. There's 2. The garlic fell. That was dangerously close. Let's examine this one, shall we? In today's economy, I'm rich. We have potatoes and other vegetables. That's quite a lot in produce. What's this?
First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
Given the atrocities you've committed, you would need quite a lot of booze. You'll buy 5 and give you a discount because it's out of the world food. Probably worth having. So our scale works, but what to put on it? Because surely our heart is too heavy. Let's see. I can't open the door. Can I maneuver? Oh, back here already. Shapeless dreams. No mirror to observe myself, and only the canvas to interact with. So I imagine the skin had to be stretched rather taut for that to work. And these always look like flamingos to me. Nasty, fleshy flamingos, but flamingos all the same. And then one of these should be open now. And that's a repeat of what he already read aloud to show our collection. That one's not yet ready. And back through again. Deep breaths. Remember, you're professional. It's just the first few strokes, then you're over the hump. What's so hard about it? And through the void again. With the outside just mocking us ever so. I'm gonna go ahead and take a moment to turn that up for me. I love these old elevators. Especially where it had the built-in safety feature if you had to make sure that that was fully latched first before you could engage with this. I've been in, I think, 2 of them, and it was harrowing either time. Oh, hello. Is it rattled just like this? The past catches on. Yeah, it reverts itself. They are definitely uncomfortable. Interestingly, in real life, the one I've remember most was actually triangular in shape, of where it was wider towards the door but then went to a narrow point in the rear. Absolutely terrifying. I think the last time I took it, I actually did have to jump in order to get it to go in between the floors properly, because it stopped prematurely. Oh, this one was definitely bespoke, because I think it ran parallel with a chimney. That's why it had to be triangular in nature. Because it was kind of catty corner. Ah, this one opened for me. Will you slam in my face? This is definitely the timeout square. And we have a key. The lady at practice. And I hear the rats.
Why did you stop? That tune was perfect. Honey, please, just a little longer. At least until I finish painting this one part. Oh, don't make me beg.
And slowly she rots away. It's not quite black mold, but it looks similar enough. So let's go ahead and close that, shall we? And I believe the other doors have... well, no, they're still there. Looks like when you spill water. Especially on, say, like watercolors. That would certainly do it. And we have another hallway. Leads to the attic. Books. I'd rather books than bottles, so that's at least a good sign. Curious place for a dresser. And locked. Let's see. What horrors await us up here? Because I sound something burning. There's a door there. And fire below. It looks like I am burning some of the paintings. Let's see if I can sneak this way. I can. Don't fear, it's nothing but the wind. Except for that. That actually was a safety hazard for many, many years of children hiding in trunks and then suffocating. Because it would actually latch behind them and they couldn't get out. Or oftentimes the lids were too heavy. That's why you see a lot of them nowadays with the hinge on the interior. So you can push up with very little ease. That is a massive window. And this would be a fun corridor to have. Ah, more traps. And cleaning supplies. Ooh, a note. Let's see. Warning signs. The following list of complications of most common symptoms of schizophrenia. While typically diagnosed between the ages of 15 and 25, the disorder is known to affect older patients as well. Note that these symptoms are not exclusive to schizophrenia and should by no means be treated as a conclusive evidence of this particular affliction. In order to obtain a proper diagnosis, you should contact a qualified specialist, E.G., a psychologist or psychiatrist. Blank expression staring off into space, yes. Involuntary facial movements, yes. Insomnia, haven't noticed. Unusual gestures or postures, always had that. Unable to experience joy from activities, definitely. Depersonalization, what does that even mean? Awkward, clumsy movement, might be from the accident. Prone to anger and resentment, more passive-aggressive. Lacking motivation, yes. Suicidal tendencies, question mark. So it seems like we were keeping tally. So away that goes. Any goodies? Nope, just a cigar box. And nothing in the books. I saw you, vermin. Aw. Not a cuppa to be found. Well, that looks disastrous. Fresh fruit and oranges. Sign of wealth for the time. Especially where you could just leave them about. And back to the den. Again, beautiful little area. Don't recognize the bus, though. More of that nonsense. A stag barely fits. Uh-oh. And speaking of, that actually brought me to my knee. We get a trace of the before and after in just a flash. I think that's 319. Or 316. Because that looks like my sixes. Oh, let's see. I don't believe we have the... I don't think that's the combination for it. (319) or 316, and that's in intervals of 10. And no going back. Oh, such a shame for the flooring. It's a lovely fishbone. And not going that way either. Lovely grandfather clock. And locked. What time is it? Midnight? Wouldn't be surprising given our likely insomnia. Ooh, that's not a nice drawer. Put that away. And close. Lovely painting. Some frames. Interesting place for the globe. Oh, we've got some writing. It cannot be undone. Undone. It cannot be undone. I suppose the mirror is useful for that. Lovely. And it doesn't spin on that side. Can I traverse back to the corrupted Don't believe so. Curious what that yellow or that green is. Because that looks quite gruesome. Has the king in yellow come for us? Again, beautiful carpets. Oh, the dog. I forgot about the dog. Yeesh. Again, such a shame for the furniture. Good boy. Well, he was, sort of. I don't think we favored him, but our daughter sure did.
Remember how you said it would be nice to have a cat so the baby could have someone to play with? Well, I just bought us a dog. Aw.
And again, this husband proved not to be very attentive. She asked for a cat and he brings home a dog. Drastically different animals. And yes, the artwork slowly gets worse and worse, but I love the ambiance that it brings. And that's rarely a good sign. You want this as well? And if memory serves, I think those are her notes that he called passive-aggressive. And we can see what happened to her now. A once great artist, new paintings laughed out of galleries. What we witness today, while the entirely worthless in artistic terms, might be an invaluable case study for psychologist. These harsh words from other than Jason Hughes, famed the critic, was once... was one of the first appreciated of the works of, and was praised to be contributed in his spectacular success. When asked, such brutal criticism was indeed called for, especially in light of recent tragic events. Hughes responded, as critics, it is our duty to critique art, but not to judge the artist. The man has been through a lot lately, and obviously it has taken its toll on him. Still, if we were to remain silent and pretend that this is even remotely acceptable, we would be doing the artist a disservice. The other critics were only slightly more lenient, as misery loves company, and this poor artist went through quite the ordeal, all at once. But a lot of it was self-imposed, so don't feel too miserable for him. We chose left last time. Let's see. Nope. Sadly not right. How about to the left? Alas, no. More down the hallway. Oops. Lovely. And we'll close that. So tiny. And yet when we turn around, back down the hallway we go. Ugh. The pitter-patter of those little feet. You certainly left corruption in your wake, so I will follow where you originally went. I believe those are the spokes of the chair. I wish to go opposite the rats. That could have been fatal. Let's see if we have any goodies. Oh, we do. She's been at it again. Earlier in the day, I found more of her reviews. Little notes stuck to one of my latest paintings. Some of the most scathing, hateful I've ever read about my work. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. After all, she knows me well enough to know what really gets to me. I just can't believe that she would use that against me. Worst thing is, when I confronted her about it, she claimed that she hadn't written any of them. Like, I can't tell it's her handwriting. Does she really hate me that much? Or is her mind starting to slip? I just don't know what to do anymore. From September the 12th. There was certainly a level of resentment brewing. See if we can put a little light on the subject. But again, I pay the electric bill, so never mind. How rude. If you're going to throw something, make sure you aim correctly at my head, because that, my dear, would have been very fatal. Sadly, you missed. Let's see. Still locked. It's amusing how many rooms of my own home I'm locked out of. You hate long hallways? I wouldn't mind a long hallway if it was decorated like this. It's the barren ones that get to me. It's like, oh, there's nothing here. Put those bottles away. Ah. Will the store let me pass? Oh, this is her chamber. Fit for isolation. No windows and a lonely door. It was a beautiful photo at one point. Got something. Oh dear. Nobody's home. There. She's retreated away. Gives us a moment to snoop a little bit more. What did she have here? April 4th. Found his little collection of empty bottles this morning. I reacted badly. I know it's hard for him too, but he should know better. With a small child in the house, this is just irresponsible. Fair point. Especially since they are glass bottles. Although, my dear, you have some in your room as well. so I don't think I'm entirely blameless. And I get to leave candles unsupervised. Can't quite read that one. But I think it's safe to venture back into the hallway. She made a mess. A very big mess. That is not going to come out of the carpets. Or should we follow? I'm rather avoidant, so let's go this way. I wonder if he brought this ad home for her after the event. Ew, that last line. Don't think of it as covering up deficiencies. Think of it as unleashing your inner beauty. That's not predatory advertisement at all. Ah, the bedroom. Boy. The mirror's not yet shattered. I think this is the part with the record, though. Still no reflection here. Some bits and baubles. Prosthesis snatchers. Why the damn leg? I can't afford a new one. That would be terrifying. To have something invade your mobility device like that. But here's our record. Put it on. It's not a gramophone, but... And let's crank it. This is harder to do on a controller. Oh, it's reversed. Oh, yes. You remember listening to the first audio ever recorded? It's very creepy.
I needed a jar and a plastic tubing. I siphoned gas before. I knew how it was done. I stuck the tube in a vein and sucked on it until blood filled my mouth. Then put the tube in the jar and it just kept coming. A taste of copper haunted me the entire night. Why didn't I think of a syringe?
Lovely. There we go.
Stumbling all around, stumbling all around, stumbling all around. So funny. Stumbling here and there, stumbling everywhere, and I must declare, I stepped right on her toes, and when she bumped my nose, I fell, and when I rose, I felt ashamed. Stumbling all around, stumbling all around, stumbling all...
Let's continue the delusion a little bit longer, shall we? Put things to rights, at least for a little while. The form emerges. At least the wallpaper's somewhat back. I only found one of the secrets, but I'm not really aiming for those this playthrough. A And that looks like it melted. Lovely. Hate even now, lost alone, you deserve it. A grave for you, finish it. And we're starting to see the form. With some rough sketches. Not quite sure what this one reminds me of. Maybe a cave? Or the roots of a forgotten tree that burned to a crisp at the top? But we have another side open now. Just a few more to go. I can't stand seeing you like this. You're not well. You're sweating and shaking all night, and now there you are locked in your workshop as usual. This whole tortured artist nonsense has got to stop. But my art... Yes, my art. Beautiful soundtrack. Saw it briefly. Now with the door barred like that, I doubt it would be entered. Just enough to shatter the vase. How nice. Thank you, window. Any notes? Almost slammed the doily in that. A little hat box. Let's see what's in this one. Little paint set. Wonder if that was for my daughter. Now that move was some force, because those are quite heavy. Again, such a shame to see it in such dilapidation. Let's see. A note. About a boy who wakes up in a cave. He finds a mysterious note and a gun. He journeys through various environments, woods, fields, rivers. Eventually he winds up at a small cabin, where it turns out this has been all a product of his subconscious, brought upon by a traumatic childhood memory. He killed a guy who had murdered his father. In the real world, he's been drooling in a loony bin this entire time. Get it? The twist is sort of gimmicky, but I think it works. Could you storyboard it for me? If you're interested, I'll send you the details right away. Frankly, I think you should take this job. It pays well, and it would take your mind off of, well, you know, everything else. Please let me know as soon as possible. Thomas Caldwell. Oh, my dear Thomas, if you only knew what my mind was actually up to. 'Cause I think such a cabin would be a reprieve for this poor soul. Ooh, this got very dark. And you shut yourself for me, thank you. Books. And clothes. Again, only signs of a bachelor. Distant room there. Oh, hello. Lovely distraction. And once again the door shuts with ever so slightly of a click. And it's creator's block. That's kind of what it looks like. So let's just pretend we don't see that. And now we find ourselves stuck. With no way in or out. There we are. Oh boy, even more dilapidation. Mind your step. That would get you straight to the subfloor. Although it does look like it's bricked at the bottom. I bet it's rather musky. Oh, nice little study. But it doesn't look like I can intrude on it. Oh. Again, I love the transitions in this. They did a marvelous job with it. Humble little bed. What will we find in here? Nothing, because it is locked. Don't forget, the 9th of June happens to be a new moon and our anniversary. You want to take money bets that he forgot? 'Cause I don't think that would be a fair one. Well, that's one way to open a door. Those poor hinges. Again, another lovely hallway, especially with the windows like this. Oh, it's even got a little bit of a veranda. That would be nice to sit on. Ah, note. September 15th. More notes today, even worse than before. The sad part is, I agree with every word. She's starting to get to him. Back into the hallway. And there's a bit of artifacting. What have we here? Another still life for practice. Well, my excessive reading has become quite the problem. Although that would be a good problem to have, that many books. Don't believe that's one we can read. More dominoes. Hat box. Not mentioning that. That one appears to be jammed. So we can't go that way. That's the way we came. Or is this the way we came? Oh, this is nice. It overlooks a study area. It would be lovely to have a library with a ladder like that. More stairs. You, books? How dare you? You don't like books? For my upcoming story time, I was actually going through the little ones I have on my shelf to see which physical copies I had. I don't like reading on digital. You like the smell of new books? See, I'm torn. New books don't use the same glue that they once did, and so their smell is very different. So it depends primarily on what ink they use to print on, and the quality of paper, whether it has a high level of acetone or not. Oh no, not the phone. That's a millennial's worst nightmare. Where is it? I know a little bit about it, but I admit I am fond of old books to finish that thought. Apologies for the ringing. Yeah, I'm afraid I will have to forego that letter in favor of the dreaded phone. Just to silence it. Where'd it go? Oh no, now it's started up again. We will find the cricket and smash it. Oh boy. Where are you? There you are. Maybe we can flee from it. Run, my lame man, run! Ah, silence. Oh no. It's back again. No! Run away! Must we again? Maybe if I run this way. Ah, there we are. Oh, that's dreadful. Would you fell on my head and be done with that misery? Or at least stay broken. Ugh. Maybe if I linger here for just a moment, it won't continue. That's the most horrifying thing thus far. There we are. Restless memories. Again, that poor furniture. Sorry, my dear, I think I smacked you with the door. Oh, I'm in the upside down. And it's in, well, the sconces are the right side up, but everything else is not. She was determined to have it opened. Flapped whore, be quiet, constantly flapping. Eating other rats? We could be dealing with a rat king. I think that says freed thoughts. Well, let's put the room to rights. Any goodies here? Sorry we missed out on that last letter, but the ringing, I couldn't abide by it. I see a war medal, and my daughter had a soldier in her bed, so I imagine I may have once served before I became an artist. That might explain the below-knee amputation. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that is the case. Because there's some more medals. And that. I don't suppose the lights would work. That's alright, joke's on you, I walk around in the dark. Well, I just got shoved back. Don't suppose that'll let me progress forward. May I pass? Oh dear. There's the stag. I think we have a mold problem. Oh dear indeed. And a bottle. Hope is the mind killer. I disagree. Let's see. No. To the basement then. Again, this looks charming. But lovely wallpaper. Another trunk. Ooh, a note. This time we will actually be able to read. In any case, as your lawyer, I advise you to refrain from any imprudent actions. In other words, don't do anything stupid. We still have got a chance of winning this. Believe it or not, I've gotten the clients out of deeper than this. Just don't make it any worse. Lay low for a while and let me appeal the court order. This social worker definitely has it in for you. We can use that to our advantage. Portray you as a victim of the system. A husband in mourning, a momentary lapse in reason, an overzealous bureaucrat. Trust me, this is our best option. Considering what you've been through lately, I'd say we have a good 50-50 chance of a good outcome. But not if you keep trying to convince everyone that you've gone completely insane. No more outburst, no more rambling, better yet, no public appearances whatsoever. You can still get your daughter. Well, we wouldn't be here if that was successful. So away with that notion. Because after what I've done, she's probably better off elsewhere. For her own safety. Especially given the bottles here. There we are. Hello, rat. And this is peculiar to have. I suppose I broke the spigot. Oh no. I can turn it back off. You made your point. The water's foul. I suppose I made my choice, so going back's not likely. Put that down at least. Oh, we do have another washroom and a bathroom. That looks lovely. Silent floaters, they clog the drain, fur in the water, no baths for me. Well, given the quality of the water, I wouldn't be taking a bath either. nice, as you can see. Well, that one's a bit clearer. Maybe the tub just needs a good scrubbing. I would like to leave the bathroom. Thank you. And I suppose this is now locked. Yeah. Choice was made. Forward's the only way. Although I don't think I would have stepped over that skid, I would have moved it. A bit of scrubbing? More like a lot of scrubbing? Probably. Although I'd be hesitant to use any chemicals on it, given it looks like a porcelain tub. I wouldn't want to remove the finish. Ah, latched. That's disconcerting that it would have a latch on that like that. Very easy to get trapped in. Oh, you can hear movement. So let's see what horrors await us. We do have some lights. Sadly locked. Locked. And how much would have bet all but the last are locked? Ah, another mirror. That does bear my reflection. Nice. So I can shut doors behind me, but turning off the lights, less so. Ooh, I have a choice of 3. Left, right, or center. Let's continue on course. Or not. I think we've hit another art block. Ooh, that's an ominous hallway. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a fun effect. As someone with equilibrium problems, that's kind of normal. Although, not to that degree. This is how drunkenness seeds. I would have to take someone else's word for that one. I admit I've never been in that state. I've heard it described as the world spinning, but that was a bit more severe than just a spin. Ah, the piano. Maybe we can play again. Oh, it's out of tune. And a clock with no chime. Just an empty shell. Third time's the charm. And goodbye to gravity. Well then. I think she's cleared the way for us. Albeit for a moment. Suppose I have to be careful not to let the furniture fall on me. See if I can meander my way through. Oh, that's dangerous. Mind your head. And now it's barren. What is this? Pulsating
I
note?
needed to remove the flesh from the bone. At first, I was lost as to how, but then I sawed it off with a handsaw, boiled it, then put the bone in a mortar. I had to get one, obviously. This was not something I'd done before. Finally, I mixed the dust with some white paint. It made for a lovely undercoat.
Although I would imagine it would yellow the undercoat in time. And I don't suppose he was that forward-thinking. Although, ground and boiled, maybe not. Either way, you can claim momentary insanity. A lot of that is premeditated and had some forethought. Yes, yes, hobble your way up. There we are. And close that. And again, if I didn't have walking problems before, I would certainly going through this studio. Ugh, mind your footing. Let's see what monstrosity we've unleashed now. You're starting to see a visage, with an eye and a horrified mouth. But not quite fully there yet. Just a bit more. About halfway there. We've collected a few more. Any lovely notes I should be looking out for? Let's see. What if you fail? My dear, I believe I already have. Hello. I think she's up and moving around. And the words to ignore her. But how can I? Especially when she leaves such lovely messes. And we'll just go ahead and close this off. Maybe the maid will be able to get those stains out, but I find it highly unlikely. And it looks like my daughter found the paints. That's something no parent ever wants to see. And this will be a fun little narrative. Because an apple grove and our home. Fine accusation. Drunk. Delirious. Locked. I think that's it, selfish. Right on all accounts. Well, that's That's a fun depiction of myself. I've even killed a horse. And the doors gladly disappear. The poor little girl is clinging to it.
No, that's not right. Try again. Don't give me that look. What do we do when we fail? We start over. You're better than this. Now sit down, and this time, let's make it perfect.
Sounds to me like the artist forgot what art truly was. Which, again, makes sense given his lore. Hello, Teddy. Love your little top hat. Oh, birthday party.
Hey, what is that? Wait, what day is it? It's Sunday? You mean well, why didn't you come and get me? God damn it! You know how I get when I'm caught up in my work.
And immediately goes to blaming others. A decision to be made. Very true. It's easier to blame others, especially given his circumstances. But sadly, a lot of it's self-made. And if I recall, there's an ending to Follow the Rats, but I think I will be doing the opposite. Again, beautiful furniture. Drew on a painting of, or a portrait of her. Can I get to the bottom drawer? Oh, it's so sensitive. There we go. Kids in a marriage. Expect the unexpected. Motivational tapes. No, thank you. Ah. The Rat Council has gathered, and I am deemed judged. Is that a ribbon? I suppose the light fell. Oh, hello. Again, you left your little shoes on the table. Well, that's nice. Looks like a rough sketch. Beautifully done. Let's see. I had to move most of the dolls out of her room. It was getting ridiculous. You just can't throw gifts at her whenever you feel guilty for whatever it is you feel guilty for. She needs a father, not another useless distraction. Yeah, no amount of gifts will make up for the time lost. Again, my dear, you missed. pulling at his own hair. What did you even throw? Is it the... Surely not the teddy. That almost looks like writing. And I think it's the house that's burning. Which is a nice nod to the DLC. I wish she had never come back. Don't suppose we can play a game, can we? Any other pieces missing? I think the white's missing one. And sadly, I don't see it lying around. Yeah, no such luck. Let's see. That is now locked. And that looks ominous. Is that a stack of chairs? Oh, an archway of chairs, more like it. And there's the crayons. You know, I think that's actually an improvement to that piece. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Her head's been completely detached and finds its way there. I am tempted to go through the arch, though. But let's see if this door's open. My little one may be helping me through. It's the painting from the beginning. I saw you move. Again, lovely clocks. Oh, I saw that. Mm-hmm. Again, my dear, your aim is very poor, and you've missed me thrice. Talking behind our backs. Who is? Not bad for scribbles. That would be a pain to pick up. And that looks hopeless. Oh, another cup. Teddy, did you draw on the furniture? Well, somebody apparently did. How did you even get up on the ceiling? And I think those are too contemporary for this time, but... Oh, hello. That might explain how they got on the ceiling. This one looks a little better. Still in disarray, but no more crayon stains. And that's just asking to catch the place on fire. Keep candles away from curtains. Oh, now we're locked. That's a disturbing doll. I stand corrected. It got worse. Ugh. Thank you. Another little area. Nice French doors. Yeah, those are rather creepy. Any goodies? Oh no, just more creepy dolls. Can I scoot you into the cabinet? Slam your feet. And likewise, no. I'd be putting a lock on that for sure. Oh, there's more. How many dolls did I buy? Far too many from the looks of it. Because they seem to be taking over the entire area. Can I leave? No. I thought not. Alright, dolls. Have at it. That looks like Pagliacci. A little bit of Vestilagupa. Ew. Hello. Pagliacci is the Italian clown. Common in opera. Okay, I get it. No more dolls. I'm trying to remember the name of the aria, but Ridi Pagliaccio is laugh, clown, laugh. Put on the makeup because they came to see you. And put on your costume, Vesti la Gupa. Well, this room's in now disarray. Where is my door? Don't really want the cabinet. Poor wheelchair. This is another lovely transition, because I can see the hallway. And now I'm enclosed in this. And now I'm in the hallway. My goodness, that is a lot of dolls. Little doll houses. Oh, ouch. That was a full head smash. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Although I'll take the dolls over the phone. Can I squeeze through here? The hallways are narrowing. This may be repetitive. Not built with a brake. Too much forward momentum. Alright, let's double back. So I don't believe it wants me to go that way. Oh, good. At least you're not one of the creepy ones with eyes that follow. Let's go down this creepy corridor. Purple light. Oh, a carousel. Going backwards. Little fun backstory. One of the attractions near where I grew up actually used to have a carousel. On Halloween, they would actually run it backwards. And that was a lot of fun. That's not, though. Ew. And this is where something would get kicked across the room. I think I'd kick it with my prosthesis leg. Just for good measure, in case it bit down. Oh, you've never been on one? Blech. That would be a source of nightmares, but a carousel's not bad. I had the great fortune of actually riding on a few that were solid wood. I don't know if they're still in commission anymore. They may have taken them out as historical remnants, but... Well, I think I would lay off the bottle if I woke up after a night like that. Oh, you've been on a bumper car? Nice. I've been on a few of those too. Oh, perfume.
I had the most beautiful dream last night. I dreamt he came to me, embraced me, loved me, as he once did. But we both know that while I dreamed my silly little dream, it was you he really lusted for.
I have deep regrets with this one. He lusted for the perfume. More of the lingering scent it left behind. Because for a tiny bit of a spoiler, I will say that this artist does not understand what it means to have a muse. He was in love with an image, not a person. Yeah, I have to say I'm not a fan of it either. But strong sense and I don't get along either. Yes, give up like always. That's an encouraging note. Love this little melody. Oh, we have a choice. Exactly. It sounds innocent until it's not. More matches. And locked. Suppose it's coming from the music box. So we have a choice. I don't think it's going to let me take the window. Ah, my daughter's room. Ooh, flashbang. There's a little carousel. Fruit even her room. Went from the darkness to all of this. Be prepared for another acid trip. Hush, little baby, the night is stark. Stars above you, the room goes dark. Mama used to come to tuck you in. Now she's nowhere to be seen. And it was all but a dream. And you want to believe the window movements were made by accident and the dev was too lazy to fix it? If that be the case, it's a wonderful feature. Love this little push-me-pull cat toy. I don't believe they say anything. Bethesda would be proud. Oh dear.
This was a special brush. Like a horsehair brush, but different. At that point, I hesitated. Will this really work? Fuck it. I was already halfway through, and besides, it's not like I can just put it all back and forget the whole thing.
Even while you're in midst of making a bad decision, you can always stop. You don't have to always be in for a penny, in for a pound. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'd faint at that one too. Let's close and lock that door. And back to the art room. Which again is in more shambles than was before. Won't be too much longer now. We've collected a few. Again, I'm not going for all secrets. There, now she's starting to form. You can see her shoulders and her head. And her poor face. Not quite there yet. Just a couple more to go. And gone. I hate you even now. Lost, alone, hopeless. You've always been alone. You always will be. Hoping. A grave error. Finish it. Yes, this will slowly become a portrait of a lady. But not just any lady. I suppose she wishes she was. 'Cause she was effectively. And I believe I'm lost in my own house again. Where there are no windows and no doors. Although there's now a window. And it slowly populates. You need a better house. I think he just needs to lay off the bottle in order to find his way around. The drawer's jammed. Going in circles. I believe we are. Ooh, it just got very dark. Well, it is for him, at least. I hear footsteps. Ah, yes, our anniversary. Still locked. I believe they were fishing. More bottles. Oh, did that one? Yes, this one finally opens. No, no, no. Let me in. There we are. And a choice. Joke's on you, I like being in the dark. But if I must. Delirious, drunk, easy to forget. Going in circles. Not yet time, 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 time. Remember each mistake. Get it right this time. Time, 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 not yet time. Restless memories. Going in circles. Ah, they all lead to the same. An interesting isolated little place. Oh, the face fell off the clock. And again you threw the fan. Anything here? Just a bunch of kindling at this point. Poor furniture. Make up your mind. I don't think I've got much of a mind to make up. Let's see. June 17th. He's on about the damn rats again. I don't think I've seen one, but that doesn't stop him from laying out traps all over the place. He claims he can hear them in the walls, and there must be hundreds of them. I hope it's true. I hope they crawl out of the night and eat you in your sleep. You cruel, self-obsessed, pathetic drunk. Ooh. Going by rats would be a terrible way to go. But I don't suppose this was of the era where she could leave him. Hello, honey. You don't look quite well. I wonder if I should even approach. Or maybe just turn and walk away, because I was told to ignore her. Which I suppose wouldn't be that much different than I did in life. Especially after the incident. There's one. Oh, I'm good, but the protagonist may not be. Mouse traps. Are you going to make me go that way? Because I believe she may be beyond that door. don't want to follow the rats. Ah. They have a nice little magpie stash. Is that a pistol? Oh dear. Suppose I'm following the rat after all. You would be cute had you not torn through my walls. You've been eating the drywall. Because I don't think I have been. Although that would explain my madness. See, I didn't do that. But your thunderous little feet likely did. Yes, yes, I'm following. Show me where. I think I need a key, my little one. Unless this is the latch. See what a menace you are? You keep breaking stuff. And this corridor isn't even fit for servants. Menace. I see you. But I don't suppose I can follow that way. Ah, there you are. My homeowners is going to have a fit. Entropy the game. Oh, let's see. Looks like rat maybe 8. Cat maybe 4. And dog. Oh, they each have 3 numbers. Oh dear. I'm actually going to cheat, because I'm sitting far from that. So let's go rat. So rat is 6. Oops, sorry. A is 8. And T is 7. And then cat is 9. That one was a 4. And then T is 1. And then dog. I'm cheating and writing this down. Dog is 2. O is 5. And G I think that interceded the line. Let's see. Is 9. I think. But didn't I already use a 9 for cat? So follow the A. It's 4. Three. Okay. can only use each one once. I do love puzzles. I have a fond nostalgia for puzzle intent games. No Google to help, just pencil and paper. I admit I am rather old and I use pencil and paper for that. I was just cheating and writing that one down. I don't know quite what it's used for yet, but I at least have it. Oh. I think I just found it. So let's see. Since we were following the rat, let's give this a try. Rat was the answer. Nasty thing. And I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I like the bare walls or the wallpaper walls better. This place is falling to bits. I don't think I can progress onward that way. Oh dear. Where's my rat friend? I heard you. There you are. I will follow the rats. I've come this far. But where are you leading me? Because I don't think this is good for me. Plague breeder, abomination, is it the scourge that haunts me in my nightmares? No, I think it was your actions that do. Alright, I'm on my way. Oh, no trouble at all. Hope you have a very pleasant dreams. Far more pleasant than this poor fellow's having. Sleep well and take care. As always, delighted to have your company. Let's see. Oh, that's fun. The rubble makes a rat of a shadow. That unfortunately looks like it's been impaled. Poor thing. Alright. Onward we go. Again, what a mess. If the maid was wise, she'd take one look at this place and turn the other direction. At first I thought that pattern was a dog, but no, it looks like just flowers. These I may leave open. Just given. You missed one. There. That almost looked like a fireplace. Let's spin the globe. For a second there, I thought I saw a shadow coming through. Well, it's not even 5 past midnight. So let's see what lies ahead. bookshelf fell. That looks like a tree. Any notes or hidden things? Not that I'm seeing. Oh, this one. He's looking off into the distance. Yes, sir, I'll be with you in just a moment. I need to check for a few things.
Fucking mutt won't shut up! Hey! I can do that too! See? But can you paint? No? Well, that's alright. Neither can I, apparently.
Let's just put that back. Any notes here? That looks like one. Hey, sorry I haven't written in a while. I've been swarmed... I think that's supposed to be swamped, but it says swarmed with work. I can tell you at least your last letter was troubling, to say the least. I just can't believe she would set fire to your old paintings. Why would she do that? The lady in black especially. Like, that was your tribute to her, wasn't it? I don't know what to tell you, except to get her some professional help pronto. You could possibly talk to someone as well. With all that's happened, I'm sure it would do you some good. I probably don't need to tell you that the buyer was sorely disappointed with the news. The new pieces just aren't selling as well as the classics. Anyway, I'll keep looking. You just hang in there and focus on your work. I know you still have it in you. I believe in you. Your friend and agent, Thomas Caldwell. I don't. In response. I think the artist gave up on himself. As anyone who creates can commiserate, we all go through patches of where just creativity abandons us. Hello. And it's inching ever closer. And looks like we blacked out again. Anything in the trunk? Other than just the muzzle. Rats. I followed you once. I don't believe I can do so again. So let's go here. Painting so bad I had to banish it to the wall. Canvas crawlers, massive, pulsating fur, poison to paint, fire, the final solution. If it gets to that point... Although, as dilapidated as this home has become, fire may be the option. Again, my dear, you missed. Too soon on that one. Is it all worth it? Probably not. Not given what you had to sacrifice to get here. Nothing in your chair? Yes, I definitely appreciate. While there are jump scares, they're more subtle, and they don't have that ear-shrieking, piercing sound that most horror games tend to utilize. You do have to be vigilant in this one, though, as you may miss them. Anything here? About in the bottom. That looks like it could be a note, but sadly no. Alright, I'll check out the creepy corner. Oh, I don't want to pick that up.
Hey there, princess. What? Oh, this is Daddy's medicine. Whenever Daddy's hurting, this helps the hurt go away. No, don't touch that! Oh, God. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not starry enough, though. There's a hallway there. I think this is just a wardrobe. Yeah. Poor rat. Ooh, spooky curtain. Don't look back. Eyes forward. And good, the door shut behind me. A little pain goes a long way. My apologies. That did not sound pleasant. And that is one hell of a contraption. Again, such wonderful light switches. Let's see. We should be due another piece here soon. Again with the rats. And yet you go where I cannot follow. I've got some letters and some rotting fruit now. Looks like you all have been having quite the party.
You fucking took it from me! My gift! I want it back, you hear me? I will bring you back! Drag if I have to! I will make it right, honey, I promise! I will make you right!
And now we're getting into the parts of the obsession. There was nothing wrong with her to begin with. But to the eye of the artist, she had changed. I agree, that does not sound healthy. Because it's one thing to have someone as your muse, but to have that person as a muse, you accept them as a person, not as an image, not as something that's stagnant. You expect change over time, and appreciate them in all of their seasons. But this one, he went far astray. Trying to remember what's in this room. It's almost 3, or it's a little after 3 in the morning now. Time is going by. That doesn't sound good. Ah. And darkness illuminates the door. And then it's put to rights again. Beautiful fireplace. Although the foreshortening on this painting is kind of odd. Anything here? No. Still nothing. I know I've missed quite a lot. Nope. And that one's blocked by the chair. And I don't think he'd fancy a pipe. Back to the elevator. Alrighty. And let's see, where to... Oh, I think it's been marked for us. And we'll stand a little bit back for this one. And I think we've had some elevator problems. Well, just given its age and construction of the elevator, they did a really good job with it. Because this would be terrifying. Oh boy. Dearest, are you up there? There you are. Well, if I didn't have a prosthesis already, I would likely be in need of one. Oh, this is fun. The door just a little bit too large. That one's seized. Likewise. Up again. And now we're back in a cupboard. Oh, it was a clock. I wondered what that was swinging in as a pendulum. Can I stop it? Yeah, you've seen this room before, but in a better state than it is now. No new notes. Away that goes then. Oh, another trunk. What have we in here?
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one. The horde ran down. Hickory dickory dock.
Yeah, that's not a sinister reading of that at all. Although the laugh did remind me very briefly of Vincent Price. Almost looks like daylight.
You know, even though you are my rival and the source of all my sorrows, you're also the only one I can still talk to. The only one who will listen. I'm not sure if it's funny or merely pathetic. Probably both.
Poor lady. Gonna pretend we didn't see that. Ah, back to a fairly normal looking office. Except I have a slight haze. Had a slight haze. Beautiful desk. I bet this would be a monster to move. Oh no, not the phone again. The monster painting. Some paintings defy simple words, let alone critique. Basic knowledge of the subject is an absolute must if one is even to try to tame them. Babyface is one such painting. This art abnormally draws tens of thousands of mediocrity enthusiasts and Sunday's abstraction aficionados. In reality, it looks like the result of a week-long art marathon of a not very well painter locked in a dark basement. Leaving aside the horrible execution, the painting excels in... Apparently somebody didn't like it. You. Rats and metals. Pipes. I suppose those are tobacco boxes. And of course. But for the phone, trying to remember where you are. And I would love to have a door like this. That is fair. There's something distasteful about professional critics. They never create, only destroy.
Talk to me! Why won't you talk to me?
Because I'm not sure this gentleman has much to say. And I'm trying to recall... Ah, you have the number. 363. Mind your fingers as you dial this. Three, 6, and 3. I always used to cut my finger on that slide there. It probably has been decades. Oh, yes, I forgot. It wasn't that phone that was ringing. And through the door. There we are.
You promise.
I'm sure I promised a great deal of many things, and broke every single one. Looks like I took a tumble down the stairs. I can't imagine why, given all those hazards. As if stairs weren't hard enough on a prosthesis. Now you have to have obstacles in the way. See what it did this time. Ah, there it goes. Thank you. I wonder if I failed that last section, because I don't know if I was supposed to take that tumble. Let's find out. Nope, this looks new. Goodness, such a place for a light. Oh, hello. And that is a precarious spot to land. Here we are again.
You promise.
I did. I'm sure I did. And the whole thing's coming crumbling down. Oh, there's a new one. 853. Can I use that phone instead? I can. 8 5 and 3. Oh. And I'm my own muse. Down it goes.
This solves nothing. It never has. It never will.
Well, I guess it's the attempt, but it's... What is this one? 3, 5, 4. Oh, goodness. Can I make it back? 3, 5, 4. 3, 5, 4. Hello, operator. Oh, goodness. Suppose we best be careful through that. Oops. There goes my phone. And there goes me. Don't suppose I can jump. Down I go. Ouch. I mean, I appreciate the fishbone of the floor, but I don't think sleeping on is the best course.
You deserve this. All of it. All of it. All of it.
Probably. Oh, lovely. I suppose no more phone calls.
I needed something to add the, how should I put it, final touches. A finger. I needed a finger. Chopped it off, easier than sawing a leg, washed it, dried it in an oven, fell asleep, almost burned it. Will I manage to pull this off?
It gives a whole new meaning to finger painting. Oh, let's see. Let's go ahead and return this. Just a little bit longer yet. We'll probably go through this in one sitting. Because there she almost is. You'd see her brooch, her shoulders, and the start of her lovely face. Yep, just one more. An eye to bear witness. I used to hate you. Even now, you must feel lost, alone, hopeless. Finally realized you will always be the quintessential part. There's still a way. Finish it. Almost a chair again. Trial and error. Paints. I can still see myself a bit. One last time. Rather than opening a door, let's see where this one goes. I think back to the same. Oh no, this one's different. A note. We're running out of apples. That must have been one of her favorites. I don't think we're short on apples now. Although that's not quite how you roast them. And fitting, seeing as she was the apple of my eye. Another note. There was once a man full of passion, but then his wife went out of fashion. Her face was a mess. He couldn't care less. She hated the man with a passion. Simple but effective. And I don't think her face went out of fashion. It didn't tickle his fancy anymore. And that's a bit just grotesque there. 'Cause it wasn't nearly that bad. And then all the rats painted on the back. That's a nice touch. Let's see. Oh, there they go. Apologies. Ah, the limerick, the least flattering of all poetry. Poor rat.
You mind explaining this to me? I know what it is. Care to tell me how it got in my workshop? Stop lying! We both know it couldn't have gotten there on its own.
You'd be surprised. They are clever. We definitely have a mold problem. Oh, hello. I'm gonna follow the rats. Lovely. Give that one another go. And now it's locked. Do you have anything? You're missing an eye. There's another door here. I think that's our way through. I can tell my dearest has been through here. Tried to barricade the door. So close, but so far. Interesting that it looks just to a wall. I figured it wouldn't last. Somebody got into my paints. That looks ominous. It's like a barracuda and... well, into the dark. Typical streamer lighting, yes. With the two different tones. Oof, and I found myself in Bendy in the ink machine. Let's see. That or, the Page Master. One lonely candle lighting the way. Alright, I'm leaving. And I'll shut the door behind me, as has been the fashion. Back to the basement. Ooh. Oh no, another torture device. Let's hoist this up. I think we need... No, it's got the handle. That doesn't sound good. I suppose these are the paintings she burned. Alright, I think it stopped. Then I was gonna dip him in acid. Can't tell which one first. Either way, that looks precarious. Lovely. Can you even paint anymore? Probably not. Oh, a Ouija board. I remember there used to be certain phrases you could use for that. To unlock little secrets, like, I think this might be one of them. But I may be misremembering. And that looks like after some nasty flooding. It even came through the chimney. I don't believe I can squeeze through there. And I think I hear footsteps. And this is kind of surreal where you're pushing a lamp. Makes me wonder if this is a partial loading screen, given how long this takes. I think this is where we part. I thought she spoke during that scene. I could be wrong. Oh, most definitely. This is one of my favorite psychological horror ones. It's subtle in some ways, but it has such a beautiful narrative to it. They could almost make it into a movie, but I'm glad they made it into a game instead. It would make a great mini episode of, say, like Del Toro's Cabinets of Curiosities. Very true. It's subtle but not inaccessible.
What is taking so long? Open this fucking door! I need to go! Open up! Hell is... Oh, God. No. No, 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 no. What have you done? No!
My muse destroyed herself. And she went where I could not follow. I think it's third time's the charm. Yeah. Her at her piano. Maybe a few more. And then what remains of our daughter? And here's the final piece.
Finally, someone had to bear witness. I couldn't just look at my own work. Art and the artist needed an audience, a critical eye on things. I knew what I had to do. I gouged it, scooped it up like ice cream, felt like a butcher, a monster, but at least there was to come something beautiful from all this filth.
I don't know about that one. This was quite the heinous act. But we're almost at the end. A little bit further for the game. All these pieces, but not a single white one. There you are. Let's see, I found the piece that was here. There should be another. 'Cause there's not yet a door. There you are. They're very faint, hidden throughout this room. There they go. My guess is that where she dispatched herself in the bathtub, that weightlessness is implying water. Because it certainly isn't implying a clear conscience. Or the fact that he drowned himself in the bottle years ago. Oh, there it is. What's left of the fractured nursery. With naught but a rat to comfort me. And the carousel's broken. I think that's the only piece. Let's go return it. Oh, the games have been advancing. White is losing. Yeah, it's not creepy at all. All those hairbrushes, blocks and other things. There you are. The last piece that falls. Alright, let's see. Hope my game didn't crash. Nope, it's still going. I'll give it just a few more seconds, otherwise it may have. Let's reload it and see. Because I think it crashed there. I may have to replay this part. Yeah, it looks like it reverted back, so I think it crashed. That or I was just impatient. 2 black pieces. There we are. And look at this. It's gonna go back. Alright, we get to watch the pieces move. Then we look at the rat. What's on the couch? Turn it to the game table. Yeah, sorry for the redundancy on this one. All the eyes. Go here to trigger that. There's our piece. Now, let's see if this goes through this time. There we go. I think it just got stuck last time. That's far too many pieces. I take it that's... Well, it looks like a mirror rather than a painting, but... Either way, the visage has been scratched out. I believe our game is almost at an end. Because we've got the pieces from here. Bedroom did change. I forget, am I on the losing side? So I went up here and did this, I thought. So I grabbed the piece. It's not another one I can grab. I don't really have anything to interact with either. Teddy, are you hiding a piece from me? You might be after that. Nope, still not. Do I have to go down here and look at something? Ah. That's new. There we are. Hopefully our game will be at an end here shortly. Because there's the painting. Who are you even playing with? Probably me, myself, and I. Given that my wife is gone and my child was taken. Again, for good reasons. Let's close that. I didn't think it would do anything. But I do hear a noise. Ah, the kitchen. Hello, rat. Scale. And the house is boiling. Oven's locked. Don't think I did that right. You weren't there before. Boiling the paintings. Ah, is that a weight? We need to do a swap. There. 21 grams. That's quite heavy for a checker piece. Again, far too many chips for such a game, but... the stairs collapsed. And everything's kind of falling to ruin. Ah. One single piece remains. There we go. too much longer now. His still beating heart. There. Now just for the final piece. And she'll mock me still.
Yes! That's it! It's beautiful. Perfect. Just like I always imagined. What is this? I don't understand. No. Stop it. Please. We're so close. This time, I almost had it. Ah!
And sadly, that's not at all what she looked like. So as you can see, she was barely disfigured at all from the fire. And yes, I do love how the house is haunting, or is such a character. It haunts us just as much as we haunt ourselves. Because again, barely any mark on her face. There's a slight droop to the eye. But Lassie couldn't see it. And we really let things run to disrepair. I don't think the maid's been here in quite some time. As we even smashed the phone. Thought I saw something here. Guess it was just the drawer. And I love how the developers did this. They actually included a little flip book of all who worked on it. It's such a nice little touch. I understand why they don't, especially for larger projects that have so many people involved. But something like this is just really nice. It's a level of personalization that shows that this was an indie developed game, and they put a lot of love and care into it. Because even the poor bed's broken. I must have gone on a drunken tirade. 'Cause I tore it all apart. Well, the door's off on that one, so I can't close it, but... And no more rain, but no more light either. This started off as such a lovely home. The bathroom. Oh, I do too. That's why I hope you don't mind that I wanted to go down memory lane just to revisit this one, because it is a work of art in of itself. Air fresheners. And so we say goodbye to the kitchen. And unfortunately, we cannot leave. As you see, we are meant to remain in our torment. Dear sir, this is a reminder that your payment was overdue as January 26th of this year. Enclosed is a statement of the account for your reference. Therefore, I must inform you that your order has been suspended. Please arrange the payment within the next 7 days, or if you cannot make payment in full at this time, please contact us to make payment arrangements that will be mutually acceptable. If you fail to comply, we'll be forced to take this case to court. Regards, Ronald Wilkins. They slid it under the door. They didn't even try to mail it. And I have exhausted my liquor cabinet, it looks like. And this should be... Oh, it's not locked. But not much left to look at here, as everything has fallen apart. So the only thing left to do is retreat back to our study, to our workshop. Where the canvas awaits once more. And no lasting notes or things to do other than this one. I know how you must feel, lost, alone, and hopeless. You probably deserve it. But even for you, there's still a way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it. And just like that, we're back again. No notes, but once again, canvas falls. And that was Layers of Fear. There we are. Well, thank you all for joining me as we indulged one of my longtime goals of the channel is to revisit some of my older favorite horror games. I hope it wasn't too bad of a deviation from our normal content. I believe next stream, or once we return, I have everything set up to start again in Black Myth Wukong, but I wanted to use this as a kind of jumping board between Night Rain and to something else. Well, thank you all for joining me on this quick little horrors jaunt. I hope you have a very lovely rest of your day and an even better rest of your weekend. Take care and be well.